this little wolf pup, who himself was so starved for security, was willing to give me his favorite piece of chocolate. I couldn't hold back anymore. I pulled Noah into my arms. The little guy curled up quietly in my embrace and even patted my back gently, imitating an adult. The night I signed the divorce papers, I wandered the streets of New York alone. It was raining in downtown Manhattan past midnight. The cold wind cut between the high-rises, chilling me to the bone. My bank account was frozen. My apartment keycard had already been deactivated. I had less than $40 left on my phone. I dragged my suitcase and sat outside a 24-hour convenience store on the Upper East Side, mechanically scrolling through job apps. Most positions required a long employment history, background checks, or a stable address. And right now, I had none of those. Just as I was about to give up, a job posting suddenly popped up. Live-in nanny wanted, caring for a 4-year-old boy, long-term commitment, patience required, housing provided. The words housing provided caught my eye. That same night, I dragged my suitcase to the door. I walked straight into the most mysterious alpha financial dynasty in New York. Later, my ex-husband would look down at me and ask,
Evelyn, do you understand what you did wrong?
The 5-year-old wolf pup bristled with fury.
Wrong about what? My mom is always right!
The man pulled me into his arms, his gray-blue eyes sweeping coldly past him.
My mate doesn't owe anyone an apology.
I never expected that the person who posted the job listing was actually the Blackwood family. Right now, I'm standing at the gate of a private estate on the North Shore of Long Island, next to an older, expressionless butler.
Miss Carter, I need to warn you in advance. Mr. Blackwood is hiring a guardian for the young master, not a mate for himself. Quite a few women in the past have misunderstood this. I hope you won't.
I lower my head slightly, keeping my eyes straight ahead. I deeply feel that this job is perfect for me. To put it bluntly, isn't it just a high-end nanny for a kid? I just got divorced this morning. The last thing on my mind is remarrying. But as long as I have a place to stay, I won't be sleeping on the streets tonight. For me right now, that's a lifeline. I understand. I won't have any other ideas. The butler seems somewhat satisfied and leads me down a long hallway. The air is thick with a faint cedar scent, the particular oppressive pressure of a top-tier alpha's territory. Until we enter the dining room. Beside a long, huge table, a young father and son are locked in a standoff. The tall man is holding a child's plate, exhaustion faintly etched between his brows. Across from him, the little boy has his lips pressed into a tight line, his expression stubborn. The air is eerily quiet. After a long while, the man finally lets out a low sigh. He looks like he's just finished a battle even harder than a Wall Street merger. He pinches the bridge of his nose and says quietly,
Noah, just one bite, okay?
The little boy turns his face away, refusing to budge.
Sir, the new candidate has arrived.
He's wearing a simple black suit and white shirt. The top 2 buttons of his shirt are loosely undone, the line of his collarbone faintly visible. His sleeves are rolled to his forearms, and beneath his cool, pale skin, the lines of his muscles are smooth and powerful. I've seen that face on the cover of financial magazines. Alexander Blackwood, the sole heir of the Blackwood family and one of the most dangerous alphas in all of North America. Gray blue eyes cold as ice. Just one look makes you want to step back by instinct. But for some reason, I don't feel afraid. The man's gaze sweeps over me briefly and pauses. The restless, faintly stirring pheromones in the air somehow fall quiet. His eyes darken slightly.
Name?
Evelyn Carter.
I answer.
You try.
With that, he leans back into his chair, arms crossed, watching me. This must be the interview. I have to stay. At least tonight, I don't want to sleep in a subway station. I take the plate, force a gentle smile, and walk toward the little boy. But before I can even get close, the kid scrambles under the table in a flash, leaving only a pair of big, pitch-black eyes visible. It's like he's met quite a few future stepmothers before me. That just means I need to do a better job. I glance around and notice superhero action figures scattered everywhere. Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America. I immediately get an idea.
Don't worry. I'm not here to feed you. I'm here to feed Spider-Man and Captain America. Superheroes have to eat properly too. If you don't eat, how are you going to save New York? Oh, you want some broccoli? Of course. Only then will you have the strength to fight the bad guys.
The little boy under the table is clearly wavering, but still putting on a brave face, staying silent. I deliberately keep ignoring him, until his nose turns red and he looks like he's about to cry. Only then do I act as if I've just noticed him.
Oh, what's this? A little wolf pup hiding down here?
The boy's ears flush bright red. I hide my smile.
Captain America, would you be willing to share your dinner with the little wolf pup?
I change my voice on purpose.
Of course I would. After all, only when the little wolf pup is full can he grow up to be the strongest alpha.
The boy finally can't hold back anymore and nods eagerly. The second I extend the spoon, he opens his mouth wide and bites down. After several big bites, he's still glaring at me, fuming.
Why didn't you give me broccoli? Are you scared I'll become stronger than Captain America?
I can't help but laugh. When I turn my head back, I accidentally meet Alexander Blackwood's gaze. The man's originally cold, sharp features have slowly relaxed. For the first time, a real emotion surfaces in his gray-blue eyes, like he's finally confirmed something. That same night, I moved into Blackwood Manor. The whole estate was 3 floors. Noah and I stayed on the 2nd floor. Alexander stayed on the 3rd. Before going upstairs, the old butler Harris deliberately stopped and reminded me with a serious expression.
Miss Carter, there's something you must remember. Without Mr. Blackwood's permission, never go up to the 3rd floor.
I was stunned. Harris continued expressionlessly.
One woman before went into Mr. Blackwood's room in the middle of the night, trying to become the mistress of the Blackwood family. She almost got thrown out the window. Mr. Blackwood really hates it when people cross boundaries.
I immediately nodded.
I understand.
To be honest, I didn't have any extra thoughts. Right now, I just wanted to keep this job. Besides, an alpha at Alexander Blackwood's level, he wasn't someone I could mess with anyway. Noah was only 4 years old, but surprisingly independent. He could sleep by himself at night. That gave me some relief. The next afternoon, when Alexander came back, I was crouched in the front yard of the estate, feeding Noah. Well, to be precise, Noah was clipped to a leash, sitting side by side on the lawn with the family's Alaskan Malamute, having an eating competition. Big dog, 1 bite. Noah, 1 bite. The scene was very harmonious, almost even a little intense. Alexander had just stepped out of the car when his feet stopped. The man looked at the scene and his face instantly darkened.
Evelyn,
His voice was low and dangerous.
what are you treating my son as?
I jolted in fear. But before I could speak, Noah let out a woof first.
Dad! We're role-playing!
The little guy held up his spoon, completely unashamed.
See? I ate even more than Rocket today. Woof, woof, woof!
Alexander's frown deepened. He slowly turned to look at the butler beside him. Harris had a complicated expression, hesitating.
Sir, although Miss Carter's method is a little unusual, the results are very noticeable. Before, we chased him around to feed him, and the young master wouldn't eat. But this afternoon, he's already finished 2 big plates of pasta. He even insisted he had to beat Rocket.
The man stared in silence as his son tore into broccoli, steak, and mashed potatoes. His expression grew more and more complicated. After a long while, he finally let out a sigh of resignation.
At the very least, the people's dishes and the dog's dishes should be separate.
I immediately explained seriously.
Don't worry, sir. Rocket is very clean. The spoon Noah used, Rocket never touched it once.
Alexander's temple twitched slightly, as if he wanted to say something. But in the end, he just closed his eyes and turned to go inside. Noah performed beyond expectations that day. By the end, his little belly was round and full. He kept burping, but still insisted on racing Rocket. I had to take the 1 boy and 1 dog for a walk in the garden to help digest. The sun slowly set. Noah held the leash, running on the lawn and howling. Rocket ran around excitedly, too. I couldn't stop laughing, but I didn't know. Behind a second-floor window, Alexander was standing there, quietly watching us. The man had one hand in his pocket, his figure long and lean. The setting sun softened the cold lines of his profile. Seeing his son laugh so happily for the first time, his usually tight lips slowly curved into a faint smile. Beside him, Harris couldn't help but sigh.
Mrs. Carter is like magic. Before, the young master wouldn't eat, wouldn't talk, wouldn't go outside. And now, just one day after she arrived, everything is different. Sir, I think this time, we've finally found the right person.
When I brought Noah back inside, Alexander was already sitting in the living room on the first floor. The man had his long legs crossed, watching financial news. His presence was still so powerful, you didn't dare look directly at him. Alexander suddenly spoke.
Evelyn, let's talk.
Yes. Mr. Blackwell.
I handed Noah to a servant and sat down properly across from the sofa. Alexander looked up at me.
You're good with children? Experience before?
I nodded. I took care of my ex-husband's sister's child for 2 years. Back then, Ryan's family thought I earned too little and made me quit my job. But after I quit, they thought I stayed home all day and didn't contribute. So they just fired the nanny and made me take care of the child for them. Alexander listened in silence. His gray-blue eyes were deep, unreadable. After a moment, he suddenly asked,
Your file says you just got divorced.
Yes.
Reason?
I lowered my eyes. We were from different worlds. The air was quiet for a few seconds. Alexander looked at me, his gaze heavier than usual.
You must have already seen the job posting from yesterday. Noah is a special case. He has no sense of security. He doesn't want to go out, doesn't want to meet strangers, and resists school. And I don't have much time to spend with him, so...
The man paused.
I need someone who can stay by his side long term. A true mother figure.
I was taken aback. Alexander continued.
If you're willing to stay, we'll sign a prenuptial agreement. Assets completely separate. You won't take on any risk.
I nodded instinctively.
I understand.
These kinds of families really are all the same. Even though my last marriage started for love because of the huge gap in status, Ryan's family...
Give me the token, Sarah. All right?
The token, the necklace around my neck. It is the only thing my mother had left me. I freeze, hesitating, then he lunges straight for it. Suddenly, the door slams open with a violent crash. It is Princess Moonglade. Finding me gone, she's lost her mind again and bursts into my courtyard.
Who are you? Get away from my daughter!
She launches herself at him like a wild animal. Father roars. He glares at us, desperate.
You lunatic!
Still trying to reach for my necklace.
Get him out! Throw him out of here!
Her personal guards hear the commotion and flood into the room, heavy staves raised. Father howls in pain, realizing he is completely outmatched. He shoots me a look of pure poison and flees into the night. But I know that look. He isn't done with me. My heart seizes in my chest, looking up to meet her eyes. Now she is completely lucid.
Who are you?
Your Highness, I'm Sarah.
Your Highness, calm yourself. This child is just a nameless orphan. She isn't one of the king's spies.
The king's spies? Not understanding.
Leave.
It feels like a royal pardon. I bolt out the door. Eyes and reached for my hand.
Aurora was the one who saved me, he declared. I would know these hands anywhere.
The prince's words didn't clear my name. They made my father and brothers hate me even more. My 3 brothers would stop at nothing. They wanted their bastard sister, Lenore, to become the crown prince's wife. A title that was supposed to be mine. My eldest brother, Alexander, threw me into an alien insectoid hive. My second brother, Nathan, abandoned me on a frozen ice whirl. My hands suffered such severe frostbite that the nerves died. I could never again perform a delicate scientific experiment. My third brother, Ryan, conspired with a degenerate nobleman to rape me, took my dignity and left me with nothing. And so, Lenore got her prize. She married the crown prince in my place. With their mission accomplished, my brothers finally remembered I existed.
Don't worry, Aurora. We'll make it right and take care of you for the rest of your life.
I clutched the betrothal contract. It had just arrived from the man in the wheelchair, the regent of the Galactic Federation.
There's no need. Your apologies are a currency I no longer accept.
It took me 3 days to finalize the family severance papers. Then, I boarded his massive starship. I never looked back. Later, I heard they tore the Imperial capital apart searching for me. My brothers even posted a galaxy-wide bounty for information on my whereabouts. But so what? I was done with them. In the War Beast Proving Grounds, I found my eldest brother, Alexander. He was training a War Beast pup. He was the most celebrated beastmaster in the entire empire. At that moment, he stroked the pup's head.
You must protect Lenore when you are grown.
Beneath my mask, a tear escaped. It seeped into the raw, unhealed flesh on my cheek. The sting was agonizing. I had always dreamed of having a War Beast pup of my own. Alexander always lectured me about protocol. He said only the most decorated soldiers were worthy of bonding with a War Beast. Back then, I thought he was simply a man of principle. Now I understood the truth. For Lenore, he would burn the whole rulebook down. This all began 7 years ago, right after our mother's death. Father brought his mistress and her bastard daughter, Lenore, into our home. From that day forward, the brother who once adored me became a total stranger. He had eyes only for Lenore. After that, he stopped seeing me at all. I walked toward the pup and gently stroked its head.
Alexander, do you remember? I always wanted a War Beast pup of my own.
Alexander looked at me as if I were a loaded weapon. He snatched the pup into his arms.
Aurora, what do you think you are doing? It's Lenore's wedding gift. Don't you dare touch it.
I withdrew my hand. I pulled the severance papers from my coat. I had them ready.
Alexander, sign it.
What now, another stunt?
It's a declaration of severance. As of today, I'm leaving House Sterling.
Aurora, do you really think this little stunt is a threat? Nothing that belongs to Lenore will ever be taken from her.
So that was it. Even after all this, he still thought I was jealous.
You are an heir to House Sterling, yet you behave with such petty jealousy. You lack all of Lenore's grace. Having you as a sister, it's a disgrace to our name.
And having you as a brother is mine.
Aurora, you brought all of this on yourself! The day you commanded that War Beast pup to maul a knight, you sealed your own fate!
By predators. Remembering it all, there was only pain left.
Since you hate me so much, Alexander, just sign the damn thing. That way Lenore can finally be the undisputed heir of House Sterling.
Alexander signed his name on the declaration.
You'll regret this!
Regret? Oh, I knew I wouldn't be the one to regret this. In 3 days, I would be gone from this place. And I was never coming back. I stormed into Nathan's study. After our father died, he took father's place on the Imperial Finance Council.
How are your hands?
I stared at the hands that could no longer perform a delicate experiment. My voice dripped with scorn.
Much better. Thank you for leaving me with my life. Of course, I'll never conduct another experiment